What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am your girl Morgan, and if this is your first time here, welcome, and if this is not, welcome back. Also, side note, I just washed my hair, so my what you call it, my roots are very puffed up, so that's why it looks like I got a little helmet. So today's video, it's been sitting on my heart, it's been sitting on my spirit. I just want to give myself some validity so like you guys can kind of understand where I'm coming from. So I am going through a program to become an integrative holistic health coach, and so this is where most of my knowledge and education is coming from, and so yeah, I wanted to preface this video with that as well. So what's the difference between a vegan and a plant-based dieter? A vegan is somebody who does not eat anything, wear anything, or use anything on or inside their body that is a byproduct of an animal or was tested on an animal. A vegan does not want to inflict any harm on any animal or living being for their own consumption. So I hope that definition kind of gives you an idea of what a vegan is. Now, somebody who is plant-based, this is an individual, by definition, this is an individual who honors that a whole foods diet or lifestyle is exactly what fuels their nutrition. So basically, they do eat animal products. They can eat meat, they can eat cheese, they can have honey, they can wear their leather, they can do all these things by definition. But plant-based really just means that you are honoring a whole food centered diet. I hate the word diet. Trying to really transition to lifestyle, but we're gonna use it for context here. That's it. Next thing I want to talk about is products. There's certain products out here that label themselves as plant-based and it still have animal products in it. A good example is Morningstar. I see like the vegan community blow up when they're like, these are not actually vegan, there's milk in them, but it says plant-based. Just look up the definition of plant-based and then you wouldn't be so up in arms. So now I'm going to talk about what the confusion is, or where the confusion lies, and why so many people are almost like food police. So now you have the idea that there's like ranks of veganism and levels of veganism and hierarchies to be acknowledged of veganism, and I won't go into that too much today. The word vegan was created by whiteness and what it meant to be really kind of controlling and to kind of dominate this world of being holistic and wanting to be one with nature and wanting to be so caring to animals. And so almost like a political statement follows behind the word vegan. So that's why there's this emotional charge when people use this word vegan, and I can talk from very personal experiences, because at the beginning of the game, when I began to transition from vegetarian to vegan, which I used to call myself, I felt like there was always this emotional backlash from people around me, and I'm in a space now that I can just see that there's this projection that's always upon me, but also there's two sides to it, because vegan, the word vegan is very political, and because it stands behind a movement that is really whitewashed and just doesn't come from a really good space. This is all opinion, I'm gonna say that, but we could also research just movements of veganism and really kind of what it is geared in. It's almost like geared in like fear and fear mongering, and like the whole PETA campaigns when they put the images out there of dead, beheaded animals. It's really kind of distasteful. I get the message, I understand, but basically what I'm trying to really just explain is the confusion, and then also like why so many people call themselves vegan one day and the other day they're like, oh, well, I had a piece of cheese, so I guess I'm not vegan anymore. And I feel like that within itself is an issue, because it then carries this guilt and it carries this shame that is really unnecessary when you're trying to live just a more healthier or wholesome lifestyle. So when you are calling yourself plant-based, I think it's a more progressive, and I also think it's a more it brings us back to remembrance. And when I say us, I'm always talking about Black people. I'm always talking about where we originated from, because we are the originators. And so when we're talking about a plant-based diet, we can look into history, and Black people, we do honor and originally did honor plant-based lifestyles. So we did eat meat and we did eat cheese, but our plant-based lifestyle was that we acknowledged that fruits, vegetables, whole foods were the basis of our meals, not meat dominating, red meat dominating foods, which is really a European diet. So the amount of meat in which we eat is then starting to cause the rift. And that's what a plant-based lifestyle is. Eat what you want, do what you want, but the idea is to honor yourself with life. Honor your being, your inner being, with life-giving foods. So fruits, vegetables, and all of those things that give life. And that is where the idea of why are you eating death, to give yourself life. So a plant-based diet just honors a balanced diet. And that is honestly the goal in life, is to be balanced. It's not to be extreme, which is really how I view veganism. It's just an extreme. It's saying I am literally taking all of these things out of my diet. Now, let me talk about me personally. So I'm gonna put myself on blast, but I am still on a journey. I'm still learning, because I have been the extreme. So I am kind of still acknowledging an extreme where I do not eat any meat and I don't eat any cheese, don't eat any milk. But what I have done is I don't honor starving myself either. So I don't know if you guys have watched my Jamaica vlog, but while I'm in Jamaica, which I trust their sources of meat or cheese, I do consume the byproducts of some animals. So like I'll eat a patty, which I know the crust has some milk or maybe egg in there. But one thing I do not eat is meat. I don't eat meat. I don't eat fish. That's one thing I just will not eat. But I will not starve myself. So if there was nothing in the room for me to eat unless I ate something that had milk or cheese or egg in it, I'm gonna eat it. And that's just that. Because it doesn't resonate to me to be like, I'm standing in this political, like symbolic stance against this. But I'm not gonna die by it. That's one thing for sure. And two, I grew up eating meat and cheese and egg and all of these things. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm still learning. And I may introduce maybe years down the line meat back into my diet. But for right now, I feel okay without it. I know I went on a tangent here, but I just wanted to make a really good point in saying that no lifestyle choice should make you feel guilty or shameful. And so when a lot of people say they're gonna go vegan and they decide on Monday, September 2nd, I'm going vegan, and that is that. And they notice that it's difficult. It is hard. It is hard doing so. People have this idea of, okay, you say you're this, I need you to be this, or else you're a fraud type of thing. And first of all, let people think what they're gonna think. But two, why do you feel so holier than thou that you feel like somebody makes a promise to themselves that you now have to police that promise they made to themselves? Like, that's between them and God. So I'm just speaking from really personal places, because when I still get it to this day, and I don't make it affect me, and it could very well do that. But when I am eating out and I tell people I don't eat certain things, they're like, one, they try to convince me otherwise, and two, it almost feels like they police what I'm eating. Because if I do decide that, you know, Thanksgiving Day, which is one thing I definitely did, every Thanksgiving, no matter what, I didn't eat cheese not one time out the year, but Thanksgiving Day, just know my auntie Monica made the best macaroni and cheese, and I was gonna eat it. I was gonna eat it. And it's the people who would say, oh, I thought you were vegan. Oh, I thought you didn't eat cheese. I don't, but I'm gonna eat the cheese today. And that's what makes me happy. And so I can choose to be overly sensitive, but you can choose to shut your mouth. I know that's really harsh, but you could choose to not police what I'm gonna eat, because I'm not gonna police you when you choose to eat something really unhealthy. I'm never gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I think, two, you can look at it another way. People really just admire the discipline that you are, you know, setting forth for yourself, and they don't know how to communicate that. They don't know how to say, you know what, I admire the fact that you choose to not eat certain things. My intention for this video was so that I can, one, educate, and two, help maybe somebody who's like, you know, I have tried to go vegan for years and it just doesn't work. First of all, it's a diet. It's really kind of looking at it and adopting a really different worldview that makes you happy, not other people around you happy. So if you decide that you're vegan or plant-based on August 23rd, 2021, you do that. The idea of just changing the view of this really stark, extreme ideology that says if you eat meat on this day, you will no longer be accepted in the vegan community and rah, rah, rah. That's okay. I'm plant-based, boo. I'm plant-based, and that's that. So I don't know. I hope this video helped. I know, I'm pretty sure I went on all types of tangents. I really am passionate about this because it really, it's first of all, it's a lifestyle that I'm speaking from. But I also see on social media, there's just a lot of shaming that revolves around veganism and plant-based, and so it's really toxic. It's a really toxic like environment or community to be a part of. And so I just wanted to put my 2 cents here on the internet. My biggest advice to you is, in order to really change and really adopt a lifestyle that you want of healthy eating, just eat more of the foods that you know are good for you, because then you start to train your body to want more of the good and less of the so-called bad. I hope and pray I hope this video helped at least one person. I know I was everywhere, but my intention was pure. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.